Okay, so we're on, again, external means outside of the engine, external. Anybody else still need this slide?
I do.
Oh, yes.
You're all set.
All set? Okay, moving forward. So now we have internal combustion. So internal means inside the engine. And I'll put a disclaimer, I'm not an engine enthusiast. I don't know a lot about car engines. Danny probably knows more than I do. Danny, do you know any examples? It says four-stroke engine. Do you know anything?
It means it has 4 valves. So there's 2 valves that the camshaft pushes it down, and then the air and fuel mixture comes in, and the engine the piston is going down, and as it's coming up, it strikes. So now the air and fuel mixture becomes exhaust gases, and 2 valves instead of 1 it would spring down, and then all the exhaust gases will go out. Yeah. So if you have like a 2-stroke engine, that means you only have 2 valves, which the engine will last. It would have a much less lifespan.
Okay, thank you. Again, I am not an engine enthusiast. Thank you, Danny. Okay. So, I mean, what you need to know, and that you do not need to all of that, but that was nice to know, thank you, is that they have internal, external, inside and outside. And they give that very broad general example of a 4-stroke engine. Okay. And then move forward from this slide. I'll take that as a yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, central heating systems. So, before we get too far into this, did I ask you guys yesterday to check at home? Did I give you that challenge?
I don't think so.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do when you go home today, whether it be an apartment, house, whatever it may be, figure out what kind of heating system you have, based off the information we get today in class.
You guys can write it.
Well,
I have a hot water.
so you know right off the bat? Okay, so
Gas
natural.
and electric.
Okay, so when we go forward, we'll figure out where that might be connected in terms of heating the house.
Well, I mean, my dad says it's a hot water heater, so I think that's what we're talking about, right?
Correct.
Oh, the
yes.
heater.
Yeah, so
Oh, no.
heating.
I'm sorry. That would be hot water.
Okay. Well, it depends. So hot water heating can be oil. You can use oil to do it, or you can use gas. Okay, and I'm not 100% about electric on that one, but definitely for boiler.
What about the
gas.
cold ones? I mean, the cold ones.
Cold?
Yeah. Is that hot water? I mean, hot
I don't.
coals?
You talking about like a fireplace or like an actual
like-
heater?
You know, like those movies, or like in,
Oh, we're talking like old school.
in the Titanic. You know how they have to like scoop up the stuff and put it in the fire.
So okay, so yeah, so we have these coal engines basically, right? So that also be like a train, other devices where you use coal. I'm pretty sure that's outside and external combustion. Most of these we're talking about are internal. So that's happening inside the feature. And right now we're kind of moving. It's on like it's teetering between talking about engines and just heating systems.
Skylar says that it was, I don't know what it said. Steam something?
Steam power?
What did you say, Skylar? He says steam engine.
Steam, yeah. So that would be hot water, right?
Oh, so I was right.
Yes, I'm not. What was the original question?
I don't think I have.
Okay. Fair enough.
This is a lot.
Okay, so we look at these heating systems. We have convection again. Hot air rises, cold air sinks. Then we have our 2 types. So let's learn about those 2 types. Moving forward. So hot water heating.
Oh, right, I'm right. We need to learn.
Good. That's good to hear.
I might.
You said you might be ready to learn.
It's almost Christmas, so.
Well, yes, we have a couple days and a couple days of holiday break, so we just gotta keep pushing through.
I was born ready. I don't.
Okay. So let's switch gears. Let's switch gears again.
Transmission.
So when we finish the notes, we'll talk about tomorrow's quiz and stuff like that. But let's get through the notes first. So we start with the boiler. This boiler. Anybody know where the boiler is usually located?
On the bottom of the ground.
Okay, basement, bottom of the ground. Was that what you're gonna say, Danny?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The spoiler?
The spoiler.
On the back of the car? No. Just
Yeah, no,
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, really?
I wasn't about like a movie spoiler.
kidding. No.
Spoilers works.
Okay, so the boiler heats up the water. We then have a pump that carries the water to the radiators. So the radiators may be the old school ones, like those nice big metal ones. They may be smaller, they may be more compact. Newer construction doesn't really use those old school iron radiators. They use kind of the more modern, maybe in the wall. The next step, heats up the pipes. What are those pipes probably made out of?
Copper.
Metal, copper specifically. Most plumbing is made out of copper. And what's Danny?
Some of them are made out of steel too, because I think steel and copper are very, very like
Diamonds.
I wouldn't be that.
diamond isn't even.
You said steel, like steel, iron.
Like
Like cast iron would be old, like really old. Pipes.
Yes. No, I'm talking about gunmetal. Like they're either like gunmetal or it's like because I think like this gunmetal has the same conductivity as heat conductivity as copper.
So we're talking about the idea of this conductivity. Certain metals would be better than others, right, at conducting heat. Would we want to use plastic
No.
for pipes that get really hot?
No.
No, we want to probably stay away from those because they're not going to conduct heat very well. If you had a radiator made out of plastic, it's not going to get very warm, or it might melt it. Like
Is diamond a metal?
diamond, the rock.
Diamond's
Does a diamond conduct heat? It should, because rocks are good conductors of heat. A diamond, if we talk about what it was before it became a diamond, probably a better conductor. Black coal. Like it looks like it's really shiny. A diamond is under extreme heat and pressure. Goes from this completely opaque black rock to a clear crystal.
So could you make diamonds?
There are man-made diamonds.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean they're not as valuable because they're created.
I'm pretty sure one's man-made one.
I think they have to report them. I don't think they can just create diamonds and say that they're fresh out of the ground. I think they have to mark them and stuff. I mean, it's a huge market. I don't know everything about diamonds, but I'm going to make that assumption. I think you just click forward.
diamond.
I did this big
What?
one.
I was just saying. I saw this video where someone had a hydraulic press and tried to crush coal, but it didn't work because you needed more heat and pressure. So then he heated it, and he had a little shard of diamond. But it wasn't enough. He only sold it for about $100.
Fair enough.
It's only
Okay. Shane, can you just click back real quick? So at the end, wrapping up this slide was we talked about those convection currents. So when the air comes in contact with the hot radiator, it goes up, and then the cool air comes down and keeps them circulating. We get that circular pattern. Okay. Can we move forward again to that picture? So we mentioned that the boiler would be in the basement, or at least the foundation somewhere low, because that hot air needs a place to go upwards. That cool air then travels once that will cool water inside, so the steam turns back into water, condenses. We'll go back down the pipes and go around the whole circle. A little bit. So boilers nowadays would probably be a little bit more efficient than that. Technologies allow them to be more compact, but old boilers definitely took up a lot of space. They're getting better, especially in a single house or something like that. They can make them more compact.
What's a boiler?
Boiler?
Broiler.
A broiler. A broiler is in your stove. It's usually like a little flame. Most stoves, they have them at like a top of the, like when you open the oven, there's like a little thing at the top that have like little flames that come out, or a little heating pan. It's just supposed to toast things really quick. It doesn't really cook them, it just like toast them really quick under usually high heat. Have you ever heard of like at a grill, like charred, broiled, whatever. The idea is you put it on it gets like blackened, right?
I always thought it was char-broiled.
Oh, broiled.
I didn't know that broiled was a thing for like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, broiled. Okay. Let's move past hot water heating and let's move to forced air heating. Okay, so forced air. Fans circulate warm air through ducts to the rooms of a building from a furnace. Convection circulates air in each room. Again, we talk about this convection. Warm air goes up, cool air comes down. Okay, in forced air heating. Okay, we have warm air vents located near the floor. Cool air vents also would be towards the floor. But do you think they'd be on the same side of the room, opposite sides of the room?
Opposite.
And why do we say opposite?
Because then the cool air will get warm air.
Say that again.
So like the cool air will turn warm because it's close to the warm air. Or the other way around, like warm air.
Okay, so on the same lines, so you might have the warm air going up one, and then it's going to push the cool air down the other. So they don't necessarily heat each other. I mean, they'll come in contact. But you want one vent where it's dedicated for the warm air to go up, and then one vent dedicated for the cool air to return back
Couldn't the
down.
have start like a tornado?
Well, that's the idea of this high and low pressure of warm and cool. Actually, tornadoes are fueled by cool air.
Yes.
And warm. It's a mixture of the two. So when you get the two mixing together, you create. Well, we talk about weather patterns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Weather systems, tornadoes are an effect of cool and warm air.
We watched that video, right? Wait, was it last? Was that last year?
Last year, I think it was last year. I don't think we watched it. But we connected, right? We have that warm
Watch
air
it together. Like I'm like, you can't do that wrong.
Okay, so in these vents, you can put filters which help clean the air. Okay, can I move forward from this one? Not yet. Give me a thumbs up when you're done with that.
I am done as well.
Anything else? Okay, so this is a quick picture. Again, located just like our other one with the boiler, the furnace, which is the heating source down below, is again at the lower level. Hot air, and Anthony, that's that picture. So you have the arrow with the red arrow, showing the warm air going up, and then the cool air gets pushed down the other vent. So you have two pipes, one that's pushing hot air up, and one that's allowing cool air to come back down.
That's supposed to be like
Isn't that carbon monoxide?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, there's also filters that allow that to get filtered out, and you're just heating the air. We wouldn't want the burned materials to get into that. That's why, like a fireplace will have a chimney, so the CO2 can go out the chimney. But if your chimney is blocked, that's when you have CO2 staying in. That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Anthony, that is supposed to be a representation of like a two-level, you have a basement and then the first level is a house.
Thank you for the clarification.
Okay, can we move forward? Okay, let's talk about electric baseboarding. Okay, anybody know if they have electric baseboard heating?
I do.
You do? Yeah.
I have the water one, remember?
Yes. But so has anybody seen, like, does anybody have little baseboards, like, that come off the wall and they have, like, a little fan, a little vents in them?
Oh wait, I know what you're talking about. Like I don't even hear. But like it's like a wall, like a little box, has like the lines,
Too much. Nothing much.
so like
Like
in
an
the
air
car,
conditioner?
like in the car.
Correct.
So we're talking
It's similar. So that might be an air conditioner, right? Is that an air conditioner?
well, like this morning when I was in the car, like we had a heat.
Yep.
Like a square.
Correct.
Lines.
Yeah, so some kind of vent, right? A vent.
Yeah.
So the electric baseboard. Wait. The electric baseboard?
Yeah.
And I would even, so I would probably say yes to that one. I would also argue that in newer construction, you'd find more of these. And probably in an apartment building, you'd find more of these. Because it's easier to set up. All you really need is, you just need electricity. You don't need hot water. You don't need gas going into those. So it depends on the building. These, you would not find these as common in older construction. And probably not as much in New England. Electric, well, you're paying for two different things. You're paying for electricity versus oil or gas. So electricity can be more expensive depending.
Is it which one is more expensive? The
You say inexpensive or
which one
expensive?
is more? The electrical baseboard one or the hot water one?
It depends. It depends. I would probably argue that electricity might be more efficient, but because it's easier to use, you might use it more. But it might be more efficient. It's hard to say. I don't know off the top of my head which one would be more expensive. But I would say that this one's probably more efficient. But you might be. But if you're using a lot of electricity, your bill is going to be higher for that particular. Okay. So within those baseboards, we have again the idea of conduction and radiation. The heat's coming off the metal. Generally, these baseboards are made out of metal. They wouldn't be very effective. They're made out of plastic, and they work just like the other ones with convection currents, where you get the hot air going up, cool air going down. Okay, can we move forward? Okay, we talk about cooling systems. Okay, in these systems, we have heat pumps, such as refrigerators and air conditioners. They reverse the normal flow of thermal energy. So they're taking basically warm objects and making them cooler, but they're forcing that to happen. So an object that may be warm just naturally, they're causing it to be cooler. So you think about it, you have, something just for dinner, and it sits out for a little while, maybe just to let it cool down a little bit. So now it's at room temperature, you put it into the fridge, it gets even colder because you're forcing that thermal energy out of it. In order for this to happen, you have to do work. You have to use energy. So what's the main source of energy for a refrigerator?
Light, power, electricity, plugging the wall.
Electricity, yes. Danny?
Also insulation.
So there's insulation, right? We're going to get to that in a moment. That prevents, what does the insulation do?
Oh, it's like it kind of blocks the. It kind of blocks the two materials, so they won't become conductive.
Yeah, so it's just, I'm going to reword it a little bit to help. So the warm air is basically kept out, and all the cool air is kept inside, right? Separating the two outside from inside, right? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah.
So it's insulating the food. It's keeping the food cold by preventing the warm air from getting in. I mean, it's possible that it could be cold outside the refrigerator, but normally it tends to be warm outside. Okay, and that last one, I'm pretty sure it's a vocab word from this chapter, but just as a friendly reminder, a refrigerant, which hence where we get the word refrigerator from, is a fluid that vaporizes and condenses inside the tubing of a heat pump. So it's probably not just water, right? It's something that's going to have to be able to vaporize and condense very easily. It might have water in it, but it's going to be some kind of mixture of refrigerant.
Like paint.
Like what?
Paint?
As an example of a mixture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, something that, like, vaporizes and condenses easily, but, like, obviously it would be in a refrigerator. So.
Along the same idea, I mean, yes, I mean, if we think about that as it has water in it, but it's a mixture, it's not just water, yes.
Frozen carbon dioxide, high dry ice.
Well, CO2, we want to get in the liquid form. So in order for it to vaporize, well, we won't get into what exactly that the refrigerant is, but you're all along the same line, right? It has to be able to vaporize condense inside the tube very easily. Okay. I think we have one more slide, and then we'll be done with notes for today.
No, we're done.
Well, there's a picture. There's one more picture.
Is it in a car?
It's of an air conditioner, right? So how many people have at least seen an air conditioner, used an air conditioner?
I've opened one.
Okay. Gabe, have you seen an air conditioner?
Oh, yes.
Marcus, have you seen an air conditioner?
Yeah.
There's a slight nod, yes. So, the idea behind an air conditioner, this is showing the inside and outside. So where would you want the cold air to go? If you're in, you're in a house, it's really warm, where do you want the cold air to go?
Go in.
To go in. Where do you want the warm air to go?
Out.
To go out. So you have fans kind of doing two things. And you have that refrigerant, that tubing. The blue is representing cold, and the red is representing warm. So it's trying to move the warm air, or the heat from the warm air, out of the house. So again, if you stood outside your house and you're by the air conditioner, it should be pretty warm because it's pushing warm air out of the house. That's why when you're inside the room, it's cool, keeping the cool air there. Anthony and then B.
On my ceiling fan in my room, there's this button on the top, like at the base, and if you push it, instead of pushing the air down, it sucks the air out.
So it reverses it.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought I'd say that.
So
Just
it's along the same idea. I mean, if you place the air conditioner backwards, you'd be pushing warm air into your house.
Oh, yeah.
instead of
That's
cold.
what I was questioning. Like, can I do that?
So if you set it up in reverse, like during the
Yeah.
winter time, I don't know if it'd be extremely efficient, but it probably would push some warm air into your house.
wait, yeah. So if it was winter, no, you keep
You have to
your
go
air
inside and press the
conditioning
buttons.
year-round, and
Just
then
switch
when
it
it's
around.
cold, just switch it.
So then we have to be careful because they're not designed that way. So then if
You have
you
to go
have
outside to
What
press
if
the
we
button.
buy
all the
one
electrical
that
parts,
is-
Oh, yeah,
they
I
have
have
to do an
to- I have to-
experiment year-round. This
uh,
window.
if I'm not sure if the school would be down for that, we would have to probably
It
ask.
doesn't matter what they say, right? We're an independent.
Yeah.
We're an independent class.
Independent. So a good idea, I'm not sure, but I would argue that you're probably right. It probably would push warm air in, but then we have to be careful of the electrical parts because the cord would be outside of the connection for the cord would be outside of the house. In the wintertime, probably wouldn't end well. Okay, you guys can put your notes away.
Yay.
We're going to switch gears in a second. Can someone grab the lights for me, please and thank you?
Another transition.
50 minutes on
Another transmission joke.